How's it going, YouTube? And this is my second video for my channel Blaze Belcher. The second video will be a deck profile of Rally of the Reserve deck. It's not the exact same deck that I used against Thunder Sultan. I'm playing his DFW deck, Dark Fire Water Control. I did some little tweaks. I believe that deck I was playing against him was a 3-color yellow, blue, black. Now this one's just a yellow-black deck, 46 cards, 16 black, 30 yellow, and let's just start it off with the darkness part of the deck. Start off with the creatures. So here we go. With starting it off, 3 Skeeter Swarmer. Skeeter Swarmer is just a regular 2 for 4,000 blocker. It cannot attack, it can only block. So it is a guard, and basically whenever it wins a battle, it will be banished. So starts off with that. Then 2 Rupture Spiders, exactly like Skeeter Swarmer. It's a 4 for 6,000, pretty hefty blocker, so it helps me get rid of that pesky Gila Flame. So next one, the last creature of darkness, is the Black Feather of Shadow Abyss. This is the main part of the deck, the main part of my draw power. Its effect is whenever I destroy one of my opponent's creatures or banish the creatures, I get to draw a card. With Black Feather is a key part of the deck. Is the only true way for me to draw a card, most consistently. There is a little combo in this deck with one of my yellow creatures. I will show you that later on when I get to the yellow part of the deck. So let's get up to the spells. My spells is 2 Dark Return. Dark Return is just help me recycle my deck. I do again have another yellow creature that will help me with this Dark Return card. It helps me recycle the deck a little bit more often. But basically it's a shield blast for 2. You have to choose a creature, and I get to choose a creature in my graveyard or discard pile and get to bring it back to my hand. So pretty useful to help me bring back my blockers and other creatures. And it's 3 Bone Blades. Again, and just another spell to help me get rid of that Gila Flame. That Gila Flame is a problem. As a word from Thunder Sultan, Carl Reddish, it is busted. I hate that Gila Flame against this deck. There's certain ways to get around it. Other than that, just trying to make sure they have, or I will have, a bigger creature against Gila Flame, so they won't be tempted to play it. But if they do, the pop a shield, hit this Bone Blades, and I get to kill the creature with it. And also will work with Black Feather, so I get to draw a card. So it helps out occasionally. Final spell and final card for the darkness section is 3 Death Smokes. You might be asking, why 3 Death Smokes? Well, if you haven't really noticed, I don't have Terror Pit. A lot of people say Terror Pit is the main part of darkness, so if you run dark, you need to run Terror Pit. It is true, but in this case, I have so many decks with Terror Pit, Splash Pits, and a Rush deck, Splash Pit, and other kinds of decks. So many decks that are out there. I'm just testing it out so far without pits, and it has been pretty consistently. Terror Pit is a really good spell. 7 costs, kill just about anything you want on your opponent's side. But so far, Death Smoke helps me for early game kill, early game control. They play the Hyperspeed Dragon. Next turn, smoke it. They play a Bogash, and if they don't play Hyperspeed in the deck, next turn, smoke it. Protects my blockers, protects my creatures, and protects my shields. So right now, pretty consistent with Death Smoke. I might change the count a little bit if I put in Terra Pit, but for right now, it's really good. It's been working well with Death Smoke and without Terra Pit. So, on to the light part of the deck. Let's start off with just the spells. The key part of the deck is Rally the Reserves. Rally the Reserve says, this turn, all your creatures that have guard or skirmisher abilities can attack as though they didn't have those abilities. So basically, like most of my creatures in this deck has blocker or skirmisher, and skirmisher just makes it unable to block. Unable to attack shields. It can only attack creatures, or some of them just only able to block and not able to attack at all. So with 2, I've been pretty consistent. With 3, I've been getting a little bit too much early game. I know you probably say you need 3 for the deck because it's a rally deck and that's the main key spell. And if your opponents discard it, you can't get it back. But there are creatures in this game, or in my deck I should say, that I can get it back. So don't really worry about it. I've been pretty consistent with 2. 2's been working very well so far. So right now I'm gonna keep it at 2 and see how it progresses from there. 3, Sunshock, a small tap spell, just for that early control. I get to tap a creature on my opponent's side. It's a shield blast, so if they have one more creature left and they attack, it pops up Sunshock. Tap that creature, it protects me for one more turn. So a nice little shield trigger or shield blast for me to use. Next, the last of the spells for yellow or light is 3 Stormspark Blast. Big key of the deck, get to tap all my opponent's creatures and get to gain control or keep control on the field. This is the main part of the deck, is since my creatures are heavy blockers, I get to kind of be able to wipe the field with my attack onto the creatures, and the ones I feel comfortable, I can go straight in for the attack and go for game. We're going to start off next with my attacking creatures in yellow. We're going to start off with the small one first, which is Argus, the Seer. He's a 4 for 2,500. Not many people have been playing him. I'm just trying it out in this deck. It's pretty good. It's like an Aqua Seneschal, but it has to win a battle. That's just attack. It's 4 for 2,500, as you can see. Whenever it wins a battle, I get to draw a card. And then, like I said, there was a combo in the game in this deck right here. With Black Feather, I attack with him, attack a creature, I win a battle, I draw a card off of him. Since I banished that creature with this one, I get to draw with Black Feather. So it kind of helps me to gain control, get more cards in my hand so I can play more blockers or get some spells to gain control on the field. So a nice little combo in the deck. I didn't really plan on it. It just happened when I was building the deck, and like out there I was playing it. So, oh, look, it's a nice combo. Helps me out. Alright, and as we probably will notice when we get to the main blockers of this deck, you might see a little theme going on. This is a 4 for 2,500 paladio. It basically powers up all my Storm Patrol creatures. So any of my creatures that Storm Patrol even each other. So if I have 2 out there, they're 4,500. If I have 3 out there, each of them are 6,500. And basically it just powers up my creatures. So there's another creature that can attack, and it helps me power up my blockers, which y'all will see pretty soon. Next is the recyclable part of the deck, how I recycle my spells and some of my creatures. It's Keeper of Dawn. A lot of people have been playing Keeper of Dawn in other decks. It's very useful in this deck. You say, well, only your spells are tap. Well, I do have some kill. And like I said, I do have Dark Return. Dark Return will help with this deck. I get to play Dark Return, get a creature, play Keeper of Dawn, bring back Dark Return, or bring back another spell. So pretty useful in this deck, helps me out recycle my creatures and keep field presence. Next one is two big creatures. First of all, Ravu. Ravu 7 for 65 and a blocker and a double breaker. And his effect is whenever he is tapped at the end of my turn, I get to untap him. So I get to attack my creatures, my opponent's creatures, and then at the end of my turn, boom, I have another blocker. I have my blocker back again. Alright, and then up to Urth. Urth is an 8 for 6,000 creature, double breaker as well. So there's two more creatures right here that get attack shield. So for some reason you get rid of my rally spell, I have other creatures that can just attack your shields once or twice per turn. But his effect is when he comes on the field, I get to tap all of my opponent's creatures that does not have blocker. Pretty useful with this deck since I do have big creatures. Like I said with Stormspark Blast, I get to tap and gain field presence and gain field control. So pretty good spells. Two pretty good creatures here. I was thinking of trying to run 2 of Urth, but I was thinking, well, he's a pretty good blocker. Just try him out. Let me know what you guys think, if I should run 2 of the other or 2 of each. I do not have Granger in this deck, as you will see. The reason why is because it's mainly these two big guys right here. Granger is useful. A lot of people automatically assume, well, since it's a wall deck, you must have Granger in your deck and play with it. It is true, he's a pretty good creature, but I'm trying some stuff out, trying to see how it works. So far, this deck has been working. I have been liking the consistency of this deck, so just let me know what you guys think. See if y'all think if I should take anything else out or add something in. It's already at 46. I'm trying to keep it at 46, maybe even cut it down a little bit. But just let me know what you guys think. But let's move on to the main blockers of this deck, which we're going to start off big, which is 2 Keeper Twilight, 5 for 6,000 blocker, and 3 Keeper of Clouds, 4 for 5,000 blocker. Again, they're all are Storm Patrol, so that one card will boost them up at least to 7,000, 8,000. I have 2, 10, 9, so this is already my Granger. This is bigger than Granger, but pretty good blockers right there. Again, to get rid of also Gale Flame, and they won't die when they win a battle, but pretty good. 1 Jade Monitor, just basically just to fill in. I didn't feel like needing another 2 for 3,000 blocker because I already have Bloody Skeeter, or Skeeter Swarmer, I should say. But yeah, just a regular 3 for 4,000. Then I have Star Lantern, 3 for 3,000. And his effect is whenever I block a creature, either when it wins or dies, no matter, as long as this Star Lantern blocks the creature, I get to tap one of my opponent's creatures. So it's pretty useful. You can attack either with Gale Flame, sacrifice him, tap him, block with him, and then tap one of the other creatures, and I get to destroy them, or just to stall for another turn, try and gain bigger creatures and blockers out there to gain control. And lastly, 3 Thunder Cruisers. It'd just be so awesome to have those 3 power-ups, 2 of them on the field, have this 1 for 6,000 on board. It'd be like the greatest feeling in the world at the moment. But just a little chunk blocker for early game. Have him, and also Skeeter Swarmer. I have these 2 blockers right here for early game blocking for those rush decks. But usually rush deck, they kind of burn out pretty fast, and I'm able to gain control. So so far it's been working pretty good against rush and some dragons. Just nice little chunk blockers right there for early game presence. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little deck profile. Let me know what you think I should take out or add, or just substitute for something else. Yeah, so that's about it. This is my light darkness deck, 46 cards, 16 black, 30 yellow. Please post comments below, and please subscribe, and look for me on Twitter, Blaze Belcher. Um, and hopefully you guys will have a good day, and see y'all next time. Later, guys.